All right, today I want to show you how to add in and use your line types and respective line colors for Chapter 5. Again, as we've discussed before, from now on, all drawings now need to have your correct line types, whether it be a center line, a hidden line, and their respective correct colors. So with that being said, here's a couple examples of some drawings that I've done before. So if I zoom in on these and show you, what I've done here is left my construction lines. I'm leaving construction lines here because a lot of the circles that we draw will then eventually have those construction lines be turned and transformed into our blue center lines. So I want to leave the construction lines there because it's going to be less work for you in the long run. At the same time, then I can even show you the example for 5-6 as well to do hidden lines. Okay, so what we're looking at here then is we have our drawings completed for the most part. Obviously here I don't have this one done, but you'll get the idea here. So what we're looking at for here is we want to come into our properties box right here. This properties box has three areas we have to select from. Object color, meaning what color is the line. Now we know that through CAD, solid object lines are going to be black when they print out. Obviously on here, using my model screen selected, they show up to be white, but they will be black once printed out. This second box down here, this is your line weight, meaning it's the thickness of the lines. Do not adjust any line weight settings. It really throws drawings for a loop. Certain lines are too big in terms of the weight, it's too dark, it's too thick, or they're really skin and light. So just leave the line weight box, just leave it by layer, please. And then this one here, line type, this is where we're going to load in hidden center lines. You have to load these in every time for our drawings. So we always have to go and change our color of lines and load in line types every time for our drawings. So I'm going to click our by layer for our line type. We don't have any of them loaded, so we have to click Other. This menu comes up for the Line Type Manager. This is now where we're going to load the lines we want to use. So we're going to click Load. In this cascading menu, it shows the different line types. Now there are some for engineering drawings of the ISO descriptions. Then as we get down here towards the bottom, this is more where our CAD line types are going to be used. So we can use a lot of different lines on here, but the ones we want to use are these. For your center lines, all center lines will be blue. We want to use the center 2. So it has a center, 0.5x, gives us a smaller long, short, long dash. So click on center 2. And it's none of the other center lines, only center 2. Hit OK. Center 2 is now loaded. And now we want to load up our hidden line. We also want to use hidden 2, which is this one right here. So we want to use hidden 2. Hit OK. So now those are available for us to use for the drawing. And again, you have to do this every time for each drawing. You have to. CAD, for some odd reason, by default, doesn't always load up all the lines. Okay, so click OK. Nothing on our screen here changes. You can see nothing up here in our properties box has changed. So what I want to do now is I want to go and actually convert, and this drawing here is from Chapter 4, Assessments. I want to convert all these to blue center lines. Okay, so the easy way to do this here is I'm going to pick and highlight all the lines I want to work on. I'm not trimming them. I'm not doing anything with them. I just want to shorten these up all at the same time, so I'm going to turn them all blue. We're going to use the index colors of blue. So it's that Rogers Royals blue. If we're doing hidden line work, we want to use the bright Wisconsin Badger red for those. So we're going to go blue. Okay, I know they're blue because it's now selected as a blue color up here. Line weight will stay the same. Line type, change those to center 2. And as you can see, as I hover over the lines, it will show you on your screen automatically what they will look like when we're done. So we want to go center 2, and then hit escape, and there's your center lines. Now I need to shorten these up. Okay. My long center vertical center line here is fine. So is my horizontal. So I want to shorten up these other ones. I'm not going to trim them. Okay, so I'm going to pick and highlight that line blue. Click this top box, and I'm just going to drag it down, follow your polar tracking, and keep it straight. We can kind of eyeball it where it goes. I'm going to bring this one. That'll go right to there. And then as you can see, it's starting to shorten up that line. Okay. I'm going to pick and drag these ones down as well. Again, I'm going to eyeball these. You can feel free to eyeball them as well, because we're not very concerned about if the short dashes intersect inside the center of the circles. You can see this one here doesn't intersect. That's okay. We're going to let your college professor worry about that at a later time. So we'll drop right in there. So now, as you can see here, my drawing now has the intersection, but again, it's not the short lines intersecting. It doesn't even intersect here in the middle. Fine. Don't care, as long as you have the correct colors, the correct line in the correct locations. So this is now why using construction lines. This is why it's critical to use construction lines, so then I don't have to go back and redraw anything. This is where we want to save you time. Minutes turn into hours, hours turn into days. It's less work. Now on something like this design here, again, very easy to do. After your drawing is all done, hope I double clicked too fast there. I can pick all of these lines, and some students will shorten these construction line wise first before they change them to blue centers. Does not matter to me, so we're going to go blue, and then we're going to go to center 2s, hit escape, and all my construction lines have now turned blue. So again, use a construction lines, it works out really, really nice. Now, an example for exercise 5-6. I just want to draw a quick, super quick object that looks very similar to what's in the book to show you hidden lines. Again, I'm just going to click. I think it goes to there. We'll go here. There's the front view. And then we'll just draw a simple square for the side view, a rectangle here. And then there is one line we're going to drop in right away, only because I can come off of this corner and run right through here. So the easiest way to do this here is now start to connect your lines over. What I'm doing now is I'm building in construction lines. So any corner point edge that goes from one view to the next, I'm going to drag it straight over. And then I'm going to trim. So T-R-I-M, hit enter. And honestly, I'm just going to pick the entire drawing, hit enter. And then I now can start to trim off what I don't need. Okay. And then extra lines in the center of the objects. Gentlemen, you now have to pick them, right click, erase them. So this is what that object number 1 in exercise 5-6 looks like. Okay. So now what I need to do is turn this to hidden. So I can pick my lines here. I know that these ones are going to be turning red hidden because if I backtrack these here, I can see that they come to these corners that are hidden from view. And again, I'm showing you this as an example to double check your work. So we're going to pick these. I'm going to flip them to that awesome Wisconsin Badger red. And then I'm going to flip them here to hidden 2. Hit escape. And that's what your hidden lines will look like. Okay, so this is what I tried to show you earlier today, where unfortunately, and again, I do apologize for computer problems. Okay, and like I said, I couldn't hear a thing that you were saying. I'm glad that you're able to hear me, so it wasn't a complete wash. Yet, this is how you start to now add all correct blue center lines and red hid lines to all of your drawings. Okay, so from here on out now, if your drawing shows you hid lines and center lines, you need to now include those in your drawings. And the hid lines will always be red, the center lines will always be blue, and again, and as a reminder, we're always going to use center to and hidden to. It always gives us a very nice shorter dash to where we can then help you here and have a good, nice, neat drawing. The next video that I'm going to show you and just introduce to you the first two drawings for Chapter 5 assessment. Okay, so that'll be available here shortly once you conclude this video. If at any time you have any questions, please send me an email, send me a screenshot, and I'll do the best I can to help you. All right, so thanks for your time, and we will see you in the next video.